If your nonprofit doesn't currently raise major gifts, or your program could be better, then this series is for you. I'm Amy Eisenstein. Join me on this journey to mastering major gifts. Welcome back to the Major Gifts Challenge. If you're unfamiliar with the challenge, check out the introductory video here. In the last few videos, you've learned about developing a donor pipeline or portfolio. What if you don't have a database full of donors to get you started? No problem. If you're identifying donors for the first time, you're going to do friendraising. What your organization needs right now is a lot of friends. Friends come through when you need them most. They lend a hand, provide support, and often bring other friends to the party. The obvious starting point is to ask board and staff members for the names of their contacts. Unfortunately, whenever this happens, the usual response is, in other words, you get nothing. Dead silence. So instead of simply asking for board members to connect you with their networks, try the following. Although board members can be hesitant about asking their friends for money, people give to people, specifically the people they trust. That's why peer-to-peer fundraising is so successful. Fundraising is built on relationships. Call a meeting of board and staff members. I frequently do this exercise when I'm facilitating a board retreat. Draw a diagram on a flip chart. Each person has a blank sheet in front of them with a center circle and spokes off of it. Start with the same on the flip chart, a blank circle in the center and spokes coming off like a wheel. Ask participants to write their name in the center of the circle. Next, ask everyone to come up with big categories of people they know. Give them the example of friends and family, and ask them to keep going. You'll end up with something that looks like this. They can complete their own sheets too. Once they have completed this exercise, it's time to identify one person or couple from each category who they will cultivate and solicit for your organization this year. From friends, it could be their best friend John. From family, it could be Aunt Sally. This way, they don't need to be overwhelmed by the idea of handing over all of their contacts. They should identify those they believe will be interested in your mission and have the capacity to make a donation. Once each board member and staff member has a list of 5 to 10 people they will work with this year, it's time to make a plan. First, determine how contacts will be engaged. Take a tour, meet the executive director, receive newsletters and emails with personal notes, meet clients if appropriate. Next, decide how they will ask for financial support. Invite them to your fundraising events, ask them for sponsorship, send an appeal letter with a personal note, sit down over coffee to ask them for support. While you may not be ready for raising major gifts, this is the perfect way to begin identifying donors for your organization. Always remember, slow and steady wins the race. Now, let's look at where you will want to spend time this week. This week's Challenge Yourself action item involves 3 steps. If you've already got a healthy list of donors, you could skip this week's action item. However, it's always great to identify new donors and get your board members involved. Step 1, call a meeting. Call a meeting of board and staff members. Let them know this meeting is going to jumpstart your major gift fundraising efforts. An annual board retreat is the ideal setting. Step 2, decide who to solicit. Using the diagram method described earlier, determine who each board and staff member will work with. Each list should be between 5 and 10 names per board or staff member. You don't want to overwhelm them with too many names. Step 3, determine a plan for your staff and board. Work with your staff and board to determine how they will engage each of their contacts. Then decide how they will ask them for financial support. Participants in my online course, Mastering Major Gifts, are given additional exercises to do with their board members. These exercises are often carried out at board retreats or regular board meetings. They will help board members with friendraising and other activities to supercharge your organization's capacity to raise major gifts. If you truly want to engage your board members and create a culture of philanthropy on your board, Mastering Major Gifts is just what you're looking for. Now it's your turn to share and participate in the challenge. What have you tried to identify new donors? What has worked well and not so well? Share your ideas in the comments so everyone taking the Major Gifts Challenge can benefit from your experience. Congratulations! You're on your way to Mastering Major Gifts. If you want more videos like this, head on over to amyeisenstein.com. There you can subscribe to my weekly newsletter, and when you do, you'll get instant access to 2 free ebooks. Like and share. The larger the conversation, the more we all learn. Thanks again for taking the Major Gifts Challenge. Working together, we will make the world a better place.